person who ever got you. Well, screw that and screw you, because I guess you'll never feel the things that I do.
We will add, by the end of this, about 700 new residency slots, and the rest of the country is kind of blown away by this. That's Fort Worth at its best.
You know, whether it's the dean talking about the medical school or the Society of Orpheus and Bacchus, something is the draw for each part of the audience.
Hello everyone, my name is Zia Manuel. I'm a first year base from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. And at Yale, I just like to be a good dad.
Dad? Son? Oh my God!
Anything that's good for Fort Worth is good for TCU, and anything that's good for TCU is good for Fort Worth. And growing up here, I can tell you, and I think the dean's remarks reflected that, is that's how almost the entire community feels.
We just held an event for black men, white coats. When I was a medical student, the percent of African American men who were physicians was 2.8%. The percent today in 2022 is 2.6%. That's not only unacceptable, you need to do something about that. So we're building these pipelines, and our students do it. They're the role models.
In short, I found what he had to say absolutely inspiring. I knew that there was a medical school starting at TCU, but to hear him talk about it and his care about the students makes me so excited.
And you mentioned suicide rates and mental health.
No, wellness is front and center. In fact, we have a coaching program that, again, we're trying to get better. And every student has 2 coaches attached to them. They're all MDs, so they all wore their shoes.
I definitely loved how Dean Flynn was fielding some questions from the audience, which really showed me what they think is important. And so for me, going out in clinic and in the hospital, these patients want me to do more than just figure out what's going wrong. They want more than the diagnosis. They want more than the treatment plan. They want to actually feel like they're heard.
I thought that the aspect that it's not just allopathic, but it's also holistic, and they're talking about patient therapy and teaching the doctors how to communicate with the patients. I've read about things like that, but you hadn't really heard about it.
It's exciting to know that they're building something really great here in this community that's going to train a lot of new doctors who are going to be experts in their field.
Maybe you never cared at all. Before you look happy and healthy.
I think we in the group had a lot of energy. We wanted to put our best foot forward for Fort Worth, and we're here in one of our group members' hometown. I love Cascada. He's the best. He's just such a kind person, and he's a great musician. He's I think a great testament to the power in the group, where if you want to sing and you're someone who loves music and you just want to hone your craft that way, you can come in and you can do it.
We meet again.
If it's good for Yale, it's also good for Fort Worth in terms of recruiting, in terms of getting people to be interested in the school. And I brought 2 of my 3 children because I want them to see there's more out there somewhere. And so if you bring 15 bright young men here that obviously have very bright futures and show them what our city has to offer, show them what this medical school has to offer, show them what this university has to offer, it's a win for everybody.
I show you that